stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any changes or revisions to the regular or consent agendas?
Yeah, I'm going to add item G under new business. It'll be consideration of the Hendricks Regional Health, Sports Medicine, and School Nursing Services.
Have a motion? Revision? Do I do the revision?
You approve the regular and consent agendas as amended.
Wes made a motion to approve the regular and consent agendas as amended. Joe seconded. All those in favor? Motion carries.
Terry, do we have any? Nope. Okay. So
Recognition of new, do we have any new hires? Recognition of new hires?
some of our administrators have some new hires in the room. Would like to introduce them.
Sure. I've got a couple, and so first of all, I'm excited to welcome Heather Neese. Heather's going to be in, we've got to give Heather jerseys. And but Heather's going to be our middle school math interventionist, instructional coach. Heather's been here and not coming back. Super excited to get her back here at South working with kids and teachers. So welcome, Heather. And then excited to introduce Kyle Swaffer. And Kyle gets a t-shirt, and when you're a coach, you got to wear a pullover. I don't know. Every coach has their own style, but I just went with a pullover. So. But Kyle is going to be our new business teacher and our new varsity basketball coach, and excited to have Kyle on board. Troy got on board, and we needed a coach, and I told him to go find the best one he could find. And
He settled for me.
So he said he's calling Kyle, and so super excited to get him here on board. He's here today at school, at lunches, meeting kids and getting sign-ups going kind of for summer workouts. And excited to get him here and see what he can do with our program. Looking forward to it.
Students of the month, Mr. Gowan.
Mason, come on up first. We have a bonus tonight. First of all, we have two of them we're going to recognize, but this one's Mason. Mason Crab, come on up here so they can get a good look at you.
All right.
Mason's a fifth grader at Central. His teacher is Mrs. Fry, and she says that he's a great leader in the classroom as well in the hallways. Mason consistently shows improvement and willingness to work hard in his academics. He can achieve his goals on a daily basis. Mason is a great role model for his peers as well as those outside the classroom. His ability to work through any situation to help come to a conclusion is very, very beneficial to our classroom. Mason has a very bright future ahead of him and is a great representation of our school's beliefs and values. Mason Crab. There you go, baby. Congratulations. Mom, thank you. Very good. At this time, I also want to bring up Easton Tumon. Easton is a kindergartner for us this year, and just look at this face here. He has made great strides this year. We're very, very happy with the progress that he's made this year, and he's our kindergarten student of the month as well. So, good job, kiddo.
We have Josie Messina. I don't believe, no, she's not here this evening. They had a family illness. She's a fourth grader at Fillmore. She's in Mrs. Danner's fourth grade class. Mrs. Danner had to say about Josie, "It's no coincidence that Josie and Joy both begin with a J, because Josie is certainly full of joy. She comes bouncing in every morning with a smile on her face, ready to tackle the day. Josie is eager to learn and is a frequent participant in class discussions. Even if she's unsure of the answer, she is unafraid to try. Josie works hard on her assignments and genuinely wants to do well in school. She's friendly to all her classmates and makes us all laugh daily. I know I can count on her to be a helper with anything. She truly is a joy to be around and have as a student." And that is Josie Mathena, fourth grader from Fillmore Elementary.
Go. All right, my high school student of the month is Miss Kelsey Storm, and Miss Storm was nominated by her teacher, Mrs. Dixon, and she said, "I would like to nominate Kelsey Storm for Student of the Month. Kelsey is new to South Putnam this year, and she's been a great addition to the South Putnam community. Kelsey is in my pre-calculus class, and she is a kind, hardworking, and determined student. She works hard. She has a great sense of humor. Kelsey thinks about others often, and this is a characteristic that has brought joy to me this year. One example of this has to do with the container of candy that I keep candy on my desk for students in. I ask students to take only one piece a day, but I teach over 100 students a day, so you can see that I go through a lot of candy. On more than one occasion, Kelsey has brought in a big container of candy to add to the jar. Most students would keep this candy for themselves and their friends, but Kelsey brings it to share with everyone. I also know that she brings it in because she knows I am buying all the candy that sits on my desk. Kelsey is a great reminder of why I became a teacher. She gives me hope that students can be kind and generous, and I'm thankful to have her in my class." So Kelsey Storm's our high school student of the month. And then our middle school student of the month was not able to be here. I think Taylor Wagner. So Taylor is at the county middle school track meet tonight. And Taylor was nominated by her teacher, Mrs. By, and said Taylor is a conscientious student and kind to everyone. And her class work is top notch, and she took the lead on writing a quadratic equation for her group project in the advanced algebra. She's involved in our school as a member of the student council, president of the National Junior Honor Society, and she participated on the math and English academic teams. She is responsible and respectful and makes our school a better place. So Taylor Wagner is our middle school student of the month. And then I've got some bonus students for you tonight. So Jacob, come on up. So Jacob and I were both surprised because I was under the impression that there were several FFA students coming to present. Jacob was under the impression that he was not alone, and here he is. It is Jacob. But our FFA program has had an awesome year, and you're on the officer team,
yes, sir.
Both locally and at the district level,
yes,
right? And so recently had their district contest that was held up at North Putnam.
Yes.
Every single student from South Putnam, correct me if I'm wrong, went on stage as a top 3 that night.
Yes, we took I believe it was 32 members up to the, no, it was 31 members up to the competition, and they all competed in their own respective events, and all 31 members placed in the top 3 in their events.
Awesome. And then Jacob has been nominated for Star Farmer,
yes,
this year, and we'll find out results at state convention.
Yes.
Correct? And you're one of how many in the whole state?
One of 4.
No, that's pretty awesome. One of only 4 in the entire state. So they've just had an awesome year. Fundraisers have gone well. They did the Ag Day for the 4th graders just a couple weeks ago, and just they're always busy. They're always doing stuff. But Miss King and Mr. Frazier are doing an awesome job. Anything else?
Our livestock judging team just recently advanced to state.
Yep.
That was a couple weeks ago as well. I believe we had our floriculture for the first time, right? We competed in that for the first time. I believe that is advancing to state as well. So very good year for us as part of the FFA. And actually also recently we had the district officer interview. So at the state convention, I will be stepping down from my position for the next round of district officers to be elected into position. And we had 2 South Putnam members be nominated into position. Mr. Brody Carr, who is our current chapter secretary. He will be our chapter vice president next year. He was nominated and elected to be the district vice president next year. And Mr. Keaton Chu, who is our current chapter sentinel, I believe, was elected to be next year's district sentinel. So very excited for them as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Jacob. Appreciate it. Good job. keep going. The next one, Chloe Pistelli, she's not able to be here tonight because she's playing softball, correct? That over at West Vigo, and they just had a great win last night, coming back to beat Northview 10-5, and so that's great. But Chloe was recognized, if you didn't see on social media this week, as a IHSAA Cato Award winner. There's only 12 chosen in the entire state of Indiana, and she's one of those 12, and so awesome. She gets to go to a banquet later in June where she'll be recognized. Pretty cool. We've had a Cato Award winner here at South 2 out of the last 3 years. And so Abby Typin 2 years ago and Chloe this year. And then Chloe and I get to go to the WTWO top of the class banquet next week. Yeah, next Wednesday, I think it is, right? And so super excited that that's a program WTWO puts on for, Wabash Valley, valedictorians. And so really cool. We'll get to go to that and she'll be honored there. So, that's Chloe, and she's not here, but we'll give her a round of applause anyway. And then Duncan, come on up. The words just keep coming. So Duncan, we just found out, about 2 weeks ago, that he qualified for the National Merit Scholarship Program. That's based on your PSAT scores. And so we find out later in September where he kind of falls in that program. Pretty cool, but it places him in the top 4% in the nation as far as his scores. So awesome job. Good work. And that's pretty cool because that's the second year in a row that we've had a student placed in that program. So really awesome. And then Catherine Hodge, come on up, Catherine. We already announced, and she told me I don't have to say it again, but she was the Putnam County Lilly Scholar for the class of 22. Pretty awesome, and that makes 2 years in a row for that award for South Putnam. But then she was also, we went to, when was it, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now? We got to go downtown Indianapolis, and Catherine was recognized as an IASP Academic All-Star. There's only 40 of those chosen in the entire state of Indiana, and so she was one of 40. So that was really awesome. So really cool, and then that's the third year in a row South Putnam is at an All-Star. So pretty awesome. So good job, Catherine. And then I'm going to recognize an adult while I'm up here. So Mrs. Gardner will come up here, maybe she won't. But very cool. Mrs. Gardner was recognized as the IASP District 8 Assistant Principal of the Year. She'll get recognized later in November at the IASP Fall Conference Banquet. She'll be in the running for State Assistant Principal of the Year. So pretty cool. Tana's been here 22 years, dedicated to South Putnam, cares about kids and families, and certainly grateful to have her here at South Putnam. And it makes my job easy because I've had the Assistant Principal of the Year for 2 years in a row. So it's pretty cool. They make me look pretty decent. So good job. Thanks, Tom.
Don't sit down. Don't sit down. Mr. Yolt, don't sit down. We've got to announce you too. So not only did we have all these winners, Mr. Yolt was the ISPA Region 8 Principal of the Year as well. So we have well represented by South Putnam this year. So congratulations to Mr. Yolt. And with all these recognitions, central office can't be left out. So Mrs. Beasley, Terry Beasley, my executive secretary and business coordinator for the corporation, was the IASBO School Support Professional of the Year for the state of Indiana for this year. So just got that last Thursday night. So congratulations to Terry.
Well, it is a school night, so any parents that would like to take their children and leave early, you're more than welcome to stay, but if you would like to leave, now is the time.
A lot of good stuff happening.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, next up is the financial update.
And just real quickly, I like to have a financial update every month, and just continuing the trend of what we had. We're continuing to streamline our accounts and processes, and continuing to maintain our 23 to 25% cash balances month to month. And we have begun the 2023 budgeting process, and we'll continue to inform the board as we progress through it over the next few months. So I just want to give you that quick update.
And we will not have a legislative update today since Greg is not in attendance. Next up is new business. Consideration of use of the facility.
And we just have a request. This is a pretty typical request for a Legacy Elite Academy to host some basketball games at our Fillmore gym. So we just need approval for that to happen.
They're a private school. Is this a routine for them, or is this the first time?
I think this is the first time for them. Is that correct?
This is the first time they've asked to use our facility, yes.
I didn't see what the charges were, or what we charge for that, or what the financial benefit is for us.
There's not. They have insurance. They have coverage for all of that. It's just a community benefit that we're offering for them.
Is there any burden on us?
No, they take care.
I saw they talked about taking care of the cleanup and all that kind of stuff. Is there anything we might be overlooking that, financial
You would
burden?
already have a custodian there in terms of the building being secured after they leave and that sort of thing.
It's not an unusual request. As long as they have proof of insurance, it's usually good to go.
No matter what the organization is, I assume if it meets all those requirements that they've set out or we set out, then
Again, if it doesn't provide an undue burden on us, then we do so. And if it does, then there's additional charges to make sure those are covered.
Have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Wes made a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Second. Lisa seconded. All those in favor? Carries. Consideration of use of the buses for 4-H camp.
This is another traditional request. The Putnam County 4-H program is requesting arrangement similar to previous years that they've done, where they use a South Putnam Community School Corporation bus and driver to transport youth to 4-H camp at Shakamak State Park. And that's going to be on Wednesday, June 8th, and returning Saturday, June 11th.
Are these just South Putnam kids that are going? I got the impression it was like all over the counties.
The county kid,
Are there other county buses that go?
Even ours. And they pay the driver.
Mr. Ogborn, can you speak to the request that generally the 4-H uses the buses? When 4-H uses the buses every summer, can you talk to that just a little bit, just to explain that?
So 4-H, and we've done this years past, just requests a bus and a driver. And so we pick them up at the fairgrounds, then meet another set of students at the Reelsville Elementary and take them down to Shakamak, drop them off. And then on Saturday, go down to Shakamak and basically reverse the process. And so it's just one bus, one driver, 30 to 40 students from around the community. And it's in partnership with Purdue Extension Office.
this is routines.
We've done it each year since I've been here, and I know it was practiced prior to being here as well.
It was okay for you?
Yeah. I've actually had the same driver each year. He's always asked if nobody else wants it. He's glad to take it, and so it works out well. It's not a problem to get him down there and get him back.
How long South Putnam been doing it?
Our kids and.
It took me 25 years ago.
And it's just a South Putnam bus. It's kind of I would say exclusive, but we've always been asked because it's always went well, as we can attest to, I guess.
Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve.
Lisa made a motion to approve the use of the buses for 4-H camp. Wes seconded. All those in favor? Carries. Consideration of purchase of gym bleachers.
In your board packets, you have the details, the scope, and the sequence of this limited project. It's for the upper bleachers in the gymnasium. We're seeking approval for the purchase and the install of the new upper deck bleachers in the high school gym, utilizing residual high school project funds. You'll see it on your fund report that you see every month, and a very, very small amount of the GO bond for the residual amount of the project. This particular project will address multiple concerns, including spectator safety and custodial injury liabilities, because they will be all automated, motorized bleachers. Also, the improvements in the gym and the current project that we're just now beginning, the updated sound system. This will pretty much round out all the updates to that area of the school.
the senior responsible for getting power to those motors. Is that gonna be very involved, getting power to those?
Yeah, no, it's just kind of running a couple circuits.
Conduit, some outlets?
What would be the timeline?
Timeline, I believe, is September, October. Is that correct?
So we're penciled in for September right now. So we don't typically use them in the fall sports season anyways, but they'll be ready to go before that.
There's no other questions. Make a motion to approve.
Have a second? Wes made a motion to approve the purchase of new gym bleachers. Joe seconded. All those in favor? Motion carries. Consideration purchase of new mower.
Yeah. Also in your board package, you'll find the proposal for the purchase of a new mower for our athletic fields. We're seeking approval of that mower purchase due to the ongoing mechanical issues with our current mower.
And how many would that give us total?
One for the athletic department, correct?
Okay, so this is for athletic.
Yeah, it just stays in the athletic barn just to mow the fields, or drag the fields, or
We don't have cross pollination with the weeds and where we're treating the fields. We don't want to.
Troy washes and wax it every week. And you're gonna go with the quote from Humphreys?
That's the one that was the lowest cost, correct?
Make a motion to approve.
Wes made a motion to approve the purchase of the new lawnmower. Do I have a second?
Second.
Joe made a second. All those in favor? Motion carries. Consideration of the TCU rate proposal.
Also in your board package, you have a proposal for Teachers Credit Union rate proposal. We're seeking approval of that rate proposal to significantly increase our rate of return on our capital. There's some other benefits that you saw in there as well.
What's the number one benefit for, I mentioned benefits for the employees, like additional employee benefits or something like that.
We already run all of our HSA through Teachers Credit Union, so there's the added benefit there, and we already have that established relationship. This is just allowing us to increase our rate of return that we currently have on capital that's more static than dynamic.
But we are splitting, we're gonna split that capital. So
We're going to take capital that's in certain accounts right now that is just sitting there at a certain interest rate to be able to get a much higher return on that money that we're not accessing at this point.
And we're not the only ones kind of doing this. It's kind of a group thing.
Correct. Yep.
You talk about it as in the school system. Some of them have investment in those sorts, right?
Yeah.
Make a motion to approve.
Wes made a motion you're fine, to approve the consideration of the TCU rate proposal. Lisa seconded. All those in favor? Motion carries. All right, consideration of the wastewater proposal.
Additionally, in your board packets, you have a contract for services for our wastewater services. That's the Wastewater Operators Corporation. We are seeking approval of this service contract to facilitate the needs of our facilities and to create efficiencies in the maintenance and servicing of our wastewater processes.
I think everything's pretty spelled out in our packets.
Do I have a motion to approve the consideration of the wastewater proposal?
One thing for somebody, it's me or whoever makes the motion, are we gonna go ahead with permitted maintenance fee on that, or are we just gonna go with the basic contract?
I did have a question about that. That was the other thing that I wasn't sure of. I saw in the packet there were two documents. One had a maintenance fee attached to
Jared, I mean, it's okay. Jared, would you like to expand upon what that fee would have entailed? The $40 maintenance fee with them per month?
It's just reading of all the pumps and maintenance of the chains, basically.
Did they explain why that wasn't included in the main quote? I saw two different dates on that as well.
Because we requested at a later date what the maintenance fee would be.
But it's set, it's just separate from the original quote.
Yes, correct.
it made sense, since they're here and they see all that stuff, to go ahead and do that instead of it fall
So
on
how
Jerry.
critical is the maintenance for, if that's weekly, right? The extra $40 was per week?
I think it's monthly.
Per week, I think.
I thought it was weekly.
$40 a week. Jared would have to answer that, whether, and we kind of put him on the spot that day we were in the meeting, so.
Well, in other words, the $40 a week for maintenance, if you have them do maintenance, does it have to be every week, or could you have them come every other week, or they're coming once a month anyway, right?
No, they come twice a week, is what they do to do the water.
For the $40 maintenance? Or
No,
the-
that's for the regular contract.
They're already here doing their testing twice a week.
Then why would you need the maintenance for?
Because the water, basically the water testing is basically, they just get the water out of the wastewater and leave. They don't take a look at any of the equipment whatsoever.
Gotcha.
And that was the other thing, there's a quantity on line items, there's a quantity of 4, on all those line items. And just looking at the total, I was a little confused by that line item 4. So we know they're coming twice a week. This total, that is,
They propose everything out weekly. Let's say if somebody got sick or something like that, that would be their weekly charge, just to come out for that week.
Okay.
If that answers your question.
and that total at the bottom of that first page, that is a monthly?
That's monthly.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay. So we're looking at monthly and weekly. Okay.
But what's the 4?
Probably.
I thought that meant like
I'm assuming
quarterly.
it's 4 weeks, right? So you got 4 weeks in a month typically. Maybe that's their logic there. That's the only thing I can guess.
So if we did the,
In a nutshell, you think it's a good idea. They're the experts. It's going to save us money.
Yeah, I mean, I could do the maintenance, because that's what Jim kind of does now. But if they're already in there, to me, it's $40 per week. I mean, you're gonna be paying me an hour or two to do it anyway. I mean, $40 is really pretty reasonable.
well, do you think it has to be done weekly, or can we do bi-weekly? Or monthly?
Most of the time, all that stuff is done weekly, especially your chains and things that are deep oil.
But I'm asking if it has to be done weekly.
Yes, most of that is done weekly, correct. Jim currently does it now, weekly.
And they use their own supplies for testing, so we would not have to buy supplies anymore to do the testing.
Okay, so
Chemicals.
instead of $966.24, we would add another $120 to that. So it'd be $180.
They are licensed and insured, and we would be a certificate holder on that in case they would screw something up and the state tried to come back on us.
And that total with the maintenance still is a savings.
And that's not even figuring in the supplies.
Right.
Jared's time.
Yeah, he can be doing something else.
Well, this is important, but
He's got,
it's
I'm
pretty
sure,
important, but
it's on.
With that, just to let you know, they take care of all the licensing, as well as permits and all that stuff. Every year, every quarter. As well.
If there are no more questions, I move to
With the general maintenance, with the weekly maintenance.
with everything as presented.
We're glad that we are an insurance certificate holder, just to make sure we're covered. I mean, not to tell you how to make your motion, but I'd make that part of mine, because.
Right. Pending the insurance certificate.
second.
Second.
Joe made a motion to approve the proposal for the wastewater. Wes made a second. All those in favor? Motion carries. consideration of Hendricks Regional Health, Sports Medicine, and School Nursing Services.
Board package, you had the proposal for the sports medicine and school nursing services from Hendricks Regional Health. We have a well-established relationship with Hendricks Regional Health Sports Medicine already, but this proposal enhances the benefits to South Putnam and increases the functionality and continuity of our nursing services for the district as well. Therefore, tonight we seek your approval for the Hendricks Regional Sports Medicine and School Nursing Services proposal as given to you in your packets.
We have buy-in from all the appropriate staff.
Absolutely. Yes. Talked to every single one of them, met with them multiple times, and knew all the details with our staff and with the representatives from Hendricks Regional.
Is our contract with the current trainer running out for the company that we're dealing with or were dealing with?
Fantastic question. Mr. Yole, can you speak to
We're
that?
on a year-to-year contract. We have been for the last couple, and that would expire in June 30. So July 1.
So basically, we're gonna have what we had before, except we're adding the nursing portion to it.
Yep. From a services standpoint, yes, absolutely.
Yes.
No other questions, I'll make a motion to approve.
Wes made a motion to approve the consideration of Hendricks Regional Health, Sports Medicine, and School Nursing Services, and Joe seconded. All those in favor? Motion carries. Other business? Anything? None?
Nope, none there.
Superintendent's report.
So celebrations, obviously, you can see from our meeting earlier that we've had an incredible season of winning here at South Putnam for both our faculty and students. And so I just want to just say officially on the record here that congratulations to all, and we can plan to continue this winning culture here at South Putnam. Second, prep meetings. I wrapped up our quarterly prep meetings with teachers last week, and I have to say we have absolutely amazing teachers, as you can see in our results from our students and so forth. And we have absolutely amazing teachers, and I enjoyed really getting to know them and collaborate with them as we shared our visions and our goals and our district level happenings with them. So that was a great meeting with them and getting that all wrapped up. Our learning prioritization plan process, we have the quantitative and the qualitative data being under analysis right now. And we'll have more details in the next month, and we'll follow up with that in June regarding those outcomes, and then implement next fall as we move through that. So that's coming along well. The academic year is just wrapping up, but we still have a tremendous amount to do in these next couple weeks. Our projects are taking shape, getting ramped up. We're having final walkthrough meetings with the general contractor next week. Our sound system in the gym is in the final stages of install. It looks amazing. I walked through today, just absolutely amazing. I think graduation is going to be a whole new experience for everyone. And there's just a lot of other things coming that we're really, really excited about. So just stay tuned. We are doing a lot of good things coming, especially through the summer here. And then last but not least, I will see you all at graduation on May 28th at 1:30. And that's all I have tonight.
Wes made a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? Lisa seconded. All those in favor? Motion adjourned. Our next regular school board meeting will be held on Wednesday, June 8th at 7 p.m. in the South Putnam Middle School High School Learning Center.